We finally know. I've been wondering about this for months. Generic control in the Dak Greensboro, back with some more Overanalyzing Avatar. Today we have the Painted Lady, which is probably my third least favorite episode in all of Avatar. I really did not enjoy this episode. I'm not really sure if it's just because of like the pollution and all that just made me feel gross, and as a germaphobe that freaked me out, and the whole Katara lying about being the Painted Lady and stuff like that. I remember this episode vividly because I did not really like it. Maybe you can change my mind today into a reaction to the last one, which was the headband. I'll leave it right up there. Also be linked down below in the description. Also, you're gonna play this on my channel with all of my other Overanalyzing Avatar reactions, going in chronological order. Also, shout out to the patrons. I couldn't do this if it was not for the negative videos a day early, and Lapton have a paywall on the channel. Literally $3 a month to get you all my reaction videos a day early. And I get a lot of comments from people asking, wow, this video is 5 minutes old. Why are there comments from 20 hours ago? It's obvious to skip the intro. The intro is there for people that have seen it, so I don't get like the same information over again. Not for people that have never seen a video and just want to skip, because then you just miss out on basic information like the fact that I have a Patreon. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope I can make it a tiny little bit better. Let's see if you convince me that this episode is not the worst episode, or one of the worst episodes in Avatar. I think this might be his pick for the worst episode, because it wasn't Serpent's Pass and it wasn't a Great Divide. So this might be his least favorite. I'm not really sure. I'm really excited for Sokka's master. That sword is sick. But let's go ahead and jump on into the Painted Lady. Context. Yeah, we're gonna need some context for what I just said there.
Are we saying that Aang was swimming around in this awful-looking water, totally unaware of both how it looks and how it would feel? Why is Sokka even bothering to fish? This shit doesn't even look like water. I'm surprised the gang would even let
this
Appa
is like something out of Half-Life.
Like and since when did they use Appa swimming as a form of transport?
Yeah.
The only other time he really swam was up in the Northern Water Tribe when they were entering, which made sense. Even if Sokka wanted to fish, he usually just does that when they're stopped. And that's not even to mention the whole schedule problem that Sokka's fired up about this entire episode. So if Sokka, the only one actually doing anything with Appa swimming, is the reason they're going slower, then his problem with the scheduling already doesn't make any sense. And we're only getting started on what's wrong with this episode. Wow.
So this is going to be his least favorite.
To fuck with his friends here, considering that all the muck went flying only towards them and not behind them at all.
Yeah.
Also, you'll probably have noticed that the gang replaced Appa's saddle with this weird little boat setup they've got going.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why I can't catch a fish around here. Because normally my fishing skills are off the hook.
Too bad
there's
your
nothing on that
skills
hook.
are on the hook.
I would not eat a fish that came out of that.
And the humor is definitely one of them. Alright, I can see Sokka making a dumb pun like this, and even Toph coming back at him with an equally stupid comeback. But in any other episode, would this result in a round of laughing from the group? I don't think so. Usually the group laughs when there's actually something pretty funny said, not when it's lame on purpose. Which leads me to believe whoever wrote this thought the on the hook comeback was scathing and worth laughing over, which is just like, oof. I heard somewhere once that the graphic they used for this schedule was some kind of planning graphic that was made for season 3 in real life, like used by the creators.
There's no way.
And they just threw it in here as an Easter egg. I don't know if it's true, but it's another Avatar myth for you. And about this schedule, it's obviously a problem with the show overall that Sokka decided to make such a huge deal about it in this one episode
and no other one
in the next 5.
Yeah.
It almost seems like this episode was written totally in a vacuum, away from the rest of the writing processes.
My name's Doc.
It's almost as if they had to make this episode. Y'all leave some pretty interesting comments.
The Earth Kingdom colonies.
Especially Kim
I
Dog.
guess they're still using Aang's cover from last episode.
I think Caleb and Seth leave some good ones too.
It's so sad. We have to do something to help.
No, we can't waste our time here. We have a bigger mission that we need to stay focused on.
I feel like this.
These people are on their own.
What year did this come out?
Feels weird in this
was this like when the whole environmental stuff tried to like?
Town from Jet. So am I to believe that Sokka only saved that town to spite Jet, not help the people? If the schedule was a really big deal for the rest of this half of the season, I could understand it more. But it's not. So Sokka's just a dick in this episode for basically no reason. We get a set of jaws here that look pretty huge, and I'm not totally aware of a water-dwelling species in the Fire Nation, or maybe even in the Avatar series that would have a set of sharp teeth this size. Maybe a cat gator. Maybe they still seem pretty big though.
I'm not Doc. I'm Shu.
Oh, this
Doc's
dude.
my brother. Doc works on the docks. That's why they call him Doc.
Okay.
And I work in the shop. That's why they call me Shu.
Does anyone find this guy funny? Like, is this gag that permeates the episode really so funny that they had to make this joke over and over? I really don't like it.
I don't get it.
You don't get it? What do you mean you don't get it?
Like, I put this episode
Hey, I'll give you a
up there with the Great
deal.
Divide.
If you buy 3 fish, I'll throw in a clam for free.
I'm
Wait,
good.
These are clams? I always thought these were frogs. Clams have straight up eyes in this world? Yeah, looking at it
maybe
now,
those
there's no
do.
way this is a normal schedule.
Oh, God.
All Sokka's schedule would need to be at this point by the day of Black Sun. Go at least this far per day. So are you guys just drinking hot water? Doesn't look to me like there's anything in it. But they also couldn't have it be vaguely soup colored, or you'd think they were drinking unpurified river water, which seems pretty foul. So I guess it's just hot water for dinner tonight. This pot has an Earth Kingdom symbol on it. Where did they get that? They haven't been lugging it around with them, and I don't think they found a pot with this design in that town.
What's the matter, Katara?
That's a
I think Appa's
great
sick.
point.
He must have gotten sick from being in the polluted water.
He doesn't look sick.
He doesn't? He looks messed up to me.
Yeah, he
I know
does.
he's just acting, but he's doing a pretty good
A
job.
purple tongue.
Okay, Momo licking Appa's tongue because it turns out it's just berries that made his tongue purple is a cute touch. I also want to point out that this dude totally has hippo teeth. Shu is related to Hippo. In fact, Shu might be Hippo, considering his multiple identities.
That's possible.
This hat is so big on him, he cut an eye hole so he can see. I mean, that's one way to do it.
Would you like the one-headed fish or the two-headed fish?
I would like neither.
Two-headed. What? You get more for your money that way.
Do you?
Okay, I
mean,
actually
he's
like
right.
the design of the painted lady. It's pretty cool. But I still have to be a dick and wonder where Katara got this outfit from. Especially without the rest of the gang noticing that she bought or ganked it. Once again, the healing system is weird. Katara is healing the sick here, not the injured. Can water healing just cure, like, diseases and ailments?
I don't-
guess it fixed
maybe
Jet's
hers
brain
can?
when it was all jacked up, but that was weird too. I don't know, this just doesn't seem right.
Thank you, painted lady.
Oh my gosh, it's Katara? We
What?
better break this off as a weird slight reveal here. Of course it's Katara!
Our friend is still sick, and we can't leave until he's better.
Wait, how does the currency work here? I thought it was just going to be on the bronze, silver, gold system, but it
No.
seems like there are multiple coins for each distinction.
You know, last
Maybe they
night
just
she
didn't think
visited
those.
us again, healed most of our sick folks.
Most
Is that
of
why
them?
this place seems so festive?
Yeah, put up the painted lady statue we carved and painted
Last
one
night.
morning.
Yeah.
Get that shit up there.
One day
Plus,
they
the
did
top
that.
Still sleeps in her earth tent while these three sleep outside.
I don't blame her. I would too.
What? Where'd all the pollution go when she turned it to ice?
Wait, but I'm the great bridge between your world and mine.
No,
I know
no.
Levi. We're close personal friends.
I know
All
him.
right, okay, that's a nice little reference. For anyone
Okay,
that
yeah.
doesn't remember,
That's the
Hey,
panda.
Panda spirit from back in season 1.
It was very angry.
Crescent moon alert. That's extremely rare in this
It's
world.
not a
We
full
haven't seen
moon.
one of those since, well, the episode with Heibai, actually. Also, wait, these
Wait,
ripples
really?
would have me believe that Katara is just straight up running on water. From the way she moved, I figured she was like
Sliding,
gliding using
yeah.
waterbending. Can waterbenders literally walk on water? Why do we never see that other than right now?
He's making.
Unlucky that during all of the painted lady festivities, they also decided to install this random pole on this one roof.
No,
Yeah, no other
you're
one.
really pretty for a spirit.
Oh.
I don't get to meet too many spirits, but the ones I do meet, not very attractive.
Hey, Ko had a nice face like
No.
12.5% of the time, depending on what you're
12.5?
into. And I think Wan Shi Tong was quite dashing.
I wasn't at
Oh,
first. I
glory
was just
to the
trying
owl
help the
god.
village. But since everyone thought that's who I was anyway, I guess I just kind of became her.
No, it's a full moon again. Why?
How?
We can't even have a non-full moon for an entire episode? Come on, man.
No, I think it's great. You're like a secret hero. Well, if you want to help, there's one more thing I have to
Oh,
do.
and then they gotta go take down the factory.
Now, don't worry, Yang. It's just a light smattering of eco-terrorism.
Yeah.
Hello, it's me, the least memorable mini-boss since this guy.
What's going
Wait,
on?
he was a mini
Fire
boss?
Nation soldiers are heading to the village.
Why?
Speaking of soldiers, we're in the Fire Nation, right? Would this
Why
factory
do they-
have soldiers on its payroll, even for
Maybe.
security? It's
Probably.
early morning right now, so I doubt anyone found the damage and called in the military in this amount of time, especially for the reason of go
Well-
intimidate/destroy this town, right?
Destroy?
What was I supposed to do?
Leave. Do nothing.
No! I will never, ever turn my back on people who need me.
I mean, yes, I get it.
Fair.
This is a good moment for Katara, but man, we've already covered this. This has been a big part of Katara's character since season 1. Back when we
Also,
don't
many of these
learn
are
anything
blurred
about
YouTube
our
Scrap
characters
Princess, I'm
or the
sorry.
world, and our
Can't do
characters
anything
certainly
about
don't
it.
evolve in this episode.
Forgot
We're
to say
just
that.
retreading things, and I kind of feel like Sokka in this episode talking about it. We're on a tight schedule
That
here,
graph
man.
could
We're
be
getting
the-
down to it.
the
Why
real
are
life
we
graph.
retelling imprisoned right now?
Wait. I'm coming too.
I thought you didn't want to help.
You need me, and I will never turn my back on you.
Aw.
Sokka gets a nice moment here, I guess, and gets to pay back Katara for having his back when he wanted to go see his dad. So it's not all bad.
Oh,
You
that's true.
steal our food,
Oh, you
our
won.
medicine.
They did?
Medicine?
Did Katara do that? Because she just used her water healing, right? She didn't steal anything.
The painted lady brought us food. She's the one that healed our sick, not your medicine.
Oh, really?
Right. The mysterious painted lady did.
I
Yeah.
had this statuette on me for just such
Why?
an argument.
And I suppose
get-
she drew the army emblem on your containers, too.
Uh-huh.
Army emblem? That doesn't look like any
That's just
emblem
fire.
the Fire Nation has ever used to my
I have
recollection.
Pokemon cards with that emblem.
Light it again!
Really? Good job.
What is this thing anyway, and what were they
I don't-
gonna do with it? And where does it go?
They're
in
gonna
the next
launch
shot?
It's the painted lady. She's coming.
I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a reference to Poltergeist with how this line
Never
is
seen
delivered. Weird.
They're here.
I don't
So
like
remember
that.
when I said I didn't like the Return to Omashu Plague escape plan? I
Uh-huh.
think this has the same problem, even more so. It's a
Why?
cartoonish solution. Doing this big fake painted lady thing with Aang doing hidden bending stuff from just out of sight, it's just sort of lame, right? And yes,
It's so
this is
cool.
a cartoon. But the show does things better than just being a cartoon usually. It's creative and interesting and
But this
visually
episode
compelling.
was just
So when I
bad.
say
It's
the
almost
word
like they were forced to
cartoonish,
make
I
this
mean that
episode.
It's not living up to what Avatar is usually known
Also,
for.
she's wearing a dress and she just went over top of Aang.
Oh, a rare use of bad slow-mo in Avatar as well. What does having this shot in slow motion accomplish? It's not an intricate
Nothing.
moment that the viewer would need a
Oh,
second to
launched up
figure
into
out
the
or
air.
internalize, and it's not a very impressive shot visually. So why is this shot in slow motion? Where did
Get
Aang
in your
just
soup.
shoot this guy? His back was to the entire town, but Aang
I-
just air blasted this man, and we cut to him kind of just.
Well, it was
falling
kind of
into
at an
the water.
angle.
You have to
Maybe.
help yourself.
She's right. But what should we do?
Move.
Maybe we can clean the river.
Ugh.
So, Doc, are you gonna help us clean?
No, ma'am. I'm going to get my other brother, Bushi. He loves cleaning rivers.
Okay,
Does
that's the
he?
one joke I think that works for me. Having a personality trait of loving to clean rivers is funny.
I knew you were the same guy. You're the shop owner and the boat guy.
Oh, you must be talking about my brothers, Doc
Oh.
and Shu.
Oh my god.
No, I just
There's
saw you.
3 of
You
them.
switched hats and called yourself a different name.
But
Yeah.
it's immediately followed up with the worst comedic moment in the episode. Wouldn't the joke be that there actually were 3 different brothers, not that the one guy is all 3 of them, like everyone put
That would-
together
yeah, that wouldn't have
immediately?
much better
I guess
joke.
It's just an anti-joke that doesn't really land. So yeah, the pollution is Earth-based, I guess, since Toph can bend it. The factory's making metals, but is that how that works? And
don't-
another full moon
maybe.
the next night for good measure.
Another full moon. Wait, that's the actual one?
Thank you.
Hey, get back here. I gotta have a word with you. I
Yeah.
just did your entire fucking job.
Yeah,
Get
where
back
have you
here.
been?
So as you can probably tell from everything I said in this video, I think this episode is awful. This is my least favorite episode in the entire
There it
show.
is, we
Everything
finally
feels
know.
off. Sokka feels out of character.
We
The schedule
finally
thing never
know.
comes
I've
back.
been
The comedy
wondering
feels
about
an
this for
early season
months.
1 comedy. Basically no action. The climax was stupid, and we're retreading in prison, one of the other worst episodes of the show. Katara helps a group of people that have been cornered and subjugated by the Fire Nation, making them feel like there's nothing they can do.
Yeah,
By
this
the end
is
of the
top 3
episode,
worst.
Katara not only helps them, but teaches them to help themselves.
And then
as
Painted
well.
Lady
It's in
shows
prison.
up.
Why did they do
Anyway.
imprisoned again, of all episodes? And the worst part is, this is basically just as much of a filler episode as The Great Divide is. I'll name the tiny elements that come back from this episode. The eclipse being 8 minutes and the jet skis both come back in the Day of Black Sun, both of which could have easily just been mentioned and seen when they
Yeah.
happened in that episode. The only other thing that it gets is a mention in the Ember Island players, just like The Great Divide. Even last episode, the headband had Combustion Man at the end. It had
Sparky
something
Boom
to do
Man.
with the whole story, but not this episode. Now, I'm sure this is some people's favorite episode. I'm sure some
What?
people
No.
really connect with the Katara story and can really get something out of it. That's the beauty of Avatar. It's for everyone. So if you really like this episode, don't let me stop you. And maybe I was harder on this episode than the other ones that I like, but personally,
I
it's just
personally
not
like
for
The
me.
Great
Patron
Divide,
shoutouts. If you want to be 2
or
episodes ahead
less.
of YouTube releases, you can support me on Patreon for just
But
a
this
few
one's
bucks.
real
Link,
bad.
as always,
Oh,
is in the
God.
description below the
His
video.
patron
Yeah,
shoutout
somehow we
is-
still have people in the don't tier. Agent Rhino, Luke
Yeah,
Herrera,
2 minutes
and
long.
Zoopy. Really, guys, I've been thinking
That's
about
crazy.
this for nearly a month now, and I have nothing to offer that's worth this tier. So all I can say is thank you. And you're looking pretty good today, too. Shoutouts also to my otherwise top patrons, Andrew Edwards, who can put a rock in his mouth and spit out a diamond. Buddha Jacker, who can put a USB in the right way every single time.
Oh, that's-
Lock, who can build IKEA furniture, not just without instructions, but blindfolded. Charlie Rock Quigley, who is your sleep paralysis demon. Daniel Ward, who thinks that dream he had when he was a kid was just a dream, but it wasn't. Eric
What?
Barney, who I saw
Okay.
in a ghost pepper, stone face, didn't phase him, etc., who created the alphabet, the English one. Crazy.
Oh.
That should be something gay, who looks like they can't breathe in outer space, but they can. Fritz Sullivan, who was voted unanimously best looking by 3 entirely separate and very specific demographics. John, who I saw talk his way into the starting lineup of the last Super Bowl. Keith Clausen,
Really?
who has nice hair, as far as nice hair goes. Sean Martin, who single-handedly stole the Hope Diamond just now, as
Really?
you hear this. And
I
you
think I've seen the Hope
who
Diamond.
weirdly produces their own natural Wi-Fi signal. And of course, more shoutouts go to my other fuck you money patrons. Anthony Selesu, Donnie Snow, etc., Kennedy
Oh my
Stapleton,
God.
Mandatory Sin, Max Lewandowski, Mike the Wizard, Nick Kapanen, Sad Wallet Noises, Skylos, Tiago Nascimento, Varunda, Wolfman Dan, and Will Schmidt. And my god, Overanalyzers too. Ed Nguire, Alex Fritz, Andre Larios,
Oh
Austin
god, so
Gallup,
many.
Be My Valentine,
So many
Bingo Dingo,
patrons.
Cabbage Gal, Canine Corpse, Cavaniage, Chase Brigna, Chris Dolmeth, Coach
How
Canuck,
does he
David
make
Carlisle,
this?
Derek Cornwell, DJ Jack,
Like, does he
Stu
add the
Mutual
names
Aid,
in
Dr.
himself?
Uwu, Distant, Earth 2 John, Eleanor Rose, Epic Goomba,
Like,
X
for
Miner,
every
Ginny
video?
from the Block, Clint Lock, Homie One Kenobi, Hype King, Jared Hagan, Jay Lambo, Jeremy Rubenstein, Jimbo, John Ajaka, Kadax, Keon Gilliland, Lady Serena, Lehman Russ, Mr. Airborne, Mitchell Gobrecht, Mortius 007, Nick TV, Omar, Nicholas Abbott, Parker, I Hardly Know Her, Peyton Mims, Peter Bayron, Sergeant Painkillers, Skylar JB, Spaghetti Hose, Steinwan,
Spaghetti
Super Sniffer,
Hose?
Pentabat, The Rainy Man on Heelys, Travis Chestnut, and Triad Juice. Jesus, there's a lot of you now. Next
Yes.
up, the Sokka's Master. Back on track.
Such a good episode. Sokka's Master is going to be next. I absolutely love that episode. I don't know why, but like my love of like things made out of meteor metal, like meteorite metal, so cool. So I used to watch, what is it, Meteorite Hunters was a channel or a show on, what was it, Discovery Channel or was it History Channel? Such a cool show. Meteorite hunting, taking metal. I'm pretty sure somebody made a 1911 like a gun out of meteorite metal, and it was very, very expensive. It's definitely for show, but yeah, we finally know what the worst episode is after months of sitting there at night going, what is this least favorite episode going to be? It is The Painted Lady. It's a bad episode. Some of you might like it. If you like it, please let me know. Don't let me or Overanalyzing Avatar stop you. I mean, the message they were trying to get across is definitely meaningful, but I also grew up in the time where like, oh, you know, climate, you gotta take care about the environment and stuff like that was like a really big push. So I wonder if that's probably why they had to do this episode. Maybe they're like, hey, we need you to make one episode about cleaning the environment, and we need one of you to be against it and one of you to do it, and then the one that's against it eventually joins in. So it's probably going to be that. I look forward to reading your comments. I hope you're subscribed. I hope to see you in the next video, but until then, take care and kitty music.